I'll start with
the date.
the date of last week. I finished 2nd of April. And so last week, like Dickie said, we went to the regional hui, and that was fantastic. What came out of that was we're now hosting the National CAD hui. And also, yeah, we got to have a little chat with the Law Commission, and then just got to meet all the other CAD sites. And that was cool. With sports clubs, I was supposed to try and corner Tony and Thomas up there with the research, with the sports club's research. And what I got was that we're trying to get some models on what the other CAD sites we're working on. And Thomas is involved with Otahu Rugby League Club. And what I got from him is that they still haven't even really done anything with the club as such yet. So there's no real model set up in place. So instead of getting the input, what we're actually putting together would be actually really helpful for them. So they're right down the start of the scale. And with Tony, I got that he's coming down either this week or next week, and I can touch base with him there. And I also sent him an email with all of the research stuff, so he can have a look in the questionnaire that he can fill out. And so after he's filled that one out, that questionnaire, they'll almost complete our research. And so I also tried to get a wider scope of sports clubs or types of sports for the research, and I went through tennis. So I got a hold of Tennis New Zealand, who then referred me on to Tennis Auckland, and I think it was a guy called Simon something, and I just had a chat with him about what we're doing and stuff, and asked if he knows of any tennis clubs that have made positive change within their environment using, I don't know, sports club models or their own sports club model. And so he said he'll get back to me on that, and still hasn't got back to me on that. And that's pretty much where that sits with sports clubs at the moment. It's pretty static again. I did have a chat with Mike around if I can start developing another little mini project under the sports club umbrella, just because I feel it's quite stagnant at the moment. And he said that's cool, I just have to plan it really well and make sure it fits into all the outcomes and stuff of CAD. And so that's in the planning stages, all up in the air. Might use the brain for that. With Safer Dance Parties, there was we met up with Red Frogs, and that went well. And what came out of that is that they're keen to meet up with the police to try and just establish like a working relationship, and also to try and distinguish them from the public when they're out and about on the town, in the eyes of the police, so the police know who they are. And so I set up a meeting which is happening tomorrow with Bryce and Craig from Red Frogs up at Life Church, and that's going to be cool. They'll just be like a meet and greet, maybe just map up some ideas of how they can complement each other. Also with Red Frogs, Dickie came up with an awesome idea about having a calendar on Gmail which is accessible to heaps of people, and it's quite updatable, and you can see it either monthly, weekly, daily, and you can also, what's good about that is that you can set sort of who can access it, and who can actually have administration rights to it, so that can be quite neat there. And also SAM training, which the Red Cross offers, their Red Frogs are keen for that, and that's coming up in the next week or so. And so when I meet up with Red Frogs tomorrow, we'll finalise the date that they can actually undergo the SAM training. And then I touched base with Marietta, I think it is, a licensing lady from downstairs, and she's leaving, and she passed me on to another lady who I've been in a little bit of correspondence with. But anyway, we're looking at looking into the Ellerslie showgrounds that holds events there, like raves and stuff, and just also working with the licensing police in that area. And I got forwarded on their details as well. And that's in the planning stages of a meeting that's going to happen this week. It's just that the licensing sergeant from, I think, Ellerslie was on leave and he didn't get back till after Easter. And so we're waiting on them to make a date this week. But that'll be cool. That'll be a good channel for me to start getting our safer dance party packages into Ellerslie. So like Red Frogs, joint boxes, that train the trainer package and all that. I can approach them when I go and have this meeting set up. And yeah, so there was a all ages rave last week. Oh, sorry, the week after, on Friday. I forgot the date. And I gave the police in that area the heads up, and they went through and just drove through the car park and found that heaps of wasted as young people were not even in the venue. They were just outside, and it was a bit of chaos. That's what they said in their own words. So there could be like a lot of work we could do there, and Red Frogs and stuff like that would be quite good to do that. Just some extra stuff. We put together a database resource for Karl, I think, from the truancy services. Yeah, and it's a big database with all the sort of service providers in different areas, right from health to youth to recreation services to drug and alcohol services. They've got everything there that they can utilize when they need some help on certain things that they're doing. And I think that's about it. I still need to get on to that multi-wardens lady from TPK and suss some stuff out with her. Well, that's me.